Alrighty, yep. So we're on approach right now into Dominica, Douglas Charles Airport. Um, Flying on VATSIM today. Vetcar is offline. Actually, the carrier um, flight service station is online still, but they don't control us over here. Okay, so trying to get a few things going out of here. Just getting a few things turned out. Here we go. Perfect. Watch our speed. Yeah, because I'm trying to get my stuff going. So, yeah, there we go. We're on approach to the RNAV Yankee runway 27, so that means that we're going to be following the runway 27 approach in. The original aircraft flew in this morning and landed via 27 as well. My surveillance is off for some reason. Let's turn our TCAS on. Although I did put it on the thing right there. No time compensation. Let's do our performance. Let's check the data for Dominica today. Winds are 270 at 3 knots and no gust. So, and then no gust. There we go. Our altimeters over here is 1017. Our transition altitude is 9,000. And yep. All right, we're going to go ahead and set our minimums for 940 feet. There we go. Nope, it's minimums. So click and drag as we usually do. If you click it, you drag it. It'll switch over. Saves you a lot of time and energy scrolling with your mouse wheel. Minimum is 940. Set. Checked. Come back on the power a little bit. So the mountain does look pretty clear out there. All right, landing lights are on below 10,000. All right, we are switching our reference, barrel reference now. 29er, 9er, 7. 1700 is being set now. Checked. Approach path is clear. Beautiful weather we're having here in Dominica today, but very cold in the evenings. Don't let it fool you. All right, so here we go. Pull back on the power. All right, our approach checklist. Seatbelt signs are on, line lights are on, altimeters are set and checked, cabin altitude is checked. Approach checklist is complete. Beautiful Caribbean Airlines delivery here. Almost going to be matching our approach speed while we are in our descent. At 4,000, we are going to start turning in. Zoom in a little bit for you guys can see. All the clouds are gone now. But that's not what the weather looks like here in Dominica today. Okay. Wow. Alrighty. Gonna get our power in so that we don't go too low below our approach speed. We have the runway in sight. Let's sink the head in and get it over to 300. 1,000 to go. All right, we're going ahead in mode so that we can start following the approach path for runway 09er. The approach path for runway 09er has to be flown at 1,500 feet AGL. Make that left turn, and we will be landing on runway 09er. Again, this morning, the original Caribbean airline flight came in. It landed via runway 27. Pretty easy. The weather is pretty good for runway. The runway is pretty good for a 09er approach, or the flight path. It looks good. No adverse weather here today. Our minimum is 940 feet. All right, we'll go flaps 1. All right, pull back on our power. Let's go ahead in mode. Gonna switch to 270. Wait, what? There we go. Heading 270. All right, once we hit land and before we start making our final turn, we'll drop our landing gear. Once we're on our final turn, we'll be dumping our last degree of flaps. We'll go to override, and we'll perform our landing here at Douglas Charles. We go into manual flight. We'll disconnect the autopilot before we make that turn. And we'll be doing a fully manual landing here at 09er. Do up traffic above. Pretty high traffic. Now the weather looks like what it's supposed to be. Using our heading select to get us on a proper flight path here. All right, we're about to hit land. We're maintaining our speed pretty good. We're over the Wesley area. All right, gear going down, override. Final degree of flaps. Gear down. For landing. All right. Through low speed, airway light, external lights off. Checklist is complete. Let's trim the aircraft. Making that turn. Continue. Watch our sink and watch our bank. No bank angle check. There we go. Yes, I know. You always do that around here.
Too high. Too high. Unstable.
Yep.
Unstable. Approaching. 0, 9. 100. Long landing. Long landing. 600
And we're on the ground.
meters remaining.
And guys, welcome to Dominica.
On runway 27.
All right, let's go. Flaps going up. All right, we're backtrack for us to go into our parking area. All right, beautiful approach there. Made our turn, came in, made a pretty rough, and I would say it is rough because this is a little bit heavier than I would have expected. About 245 feet per minute on the landing. And for our aircraft here, we are using a sound pack. So if you guys hear it sound differently than what it is, uh, that's pretty much what's going on here. So the original aircraft does not sound like this. It sounds a lot differently. All right, radar standby, flight controls locked, flaps up. Trims 3-axis reset, landing and strobe lights. We're not turning those off yet. We're not yet off the runway. Here we come in. Alright, final lights, strobe. Alright, so here we go. We're getting pulled in. Nice and easy. Taxi lights go off now. Alright, these. Bro, nope. That's where we're staying. Thank you. Alright. Alright, so we're going over to... Oh no, wrong thing. It's been a while since I've flown this aircraft, so we're gonna push our hydraulic auxiliary pump here. Get over to the co-pilot seat real quickly. Prop brake. There we go. Prop brake is on. Alright, I'm gonna turn this up because I only have it on one um, thing here. Okay. And this is going to be one of the most troublesomest things ever. And there we go. All right, so we are here and we are square. Push this hydraulic pump again. All right, our prop brake is active. All right, so now that we're on the ground, we get our wheel chocks in with our main door open. We're gonna DC in, and they're gonna open our door here. Get AC in because we do have it for Caribbean Airlines here. Signal power is on. There goes our engine shut down. Beacon lights are off. Logo lights will remain on. Nope. Seatbelt signs are off. Flaps up. Our gust lock is in. And there we go. Parking brake, condition lever 2, feather, beacon lights off, transponder. Tail prop is in position. Seatbelt signs are off. So we can go ahead now and allow GSX to do their deboarding. We don't typically use these for here. It's just grab and throw. All right, we're going to turn our fuel pumps off now. And there we go. No, we don't have passengers bus, but it's okay. Normally Caribbean Airlines either taxis in from here or we do the other side through here and then we turn around, or they turn around and their nose faces this way. But apparently the sim does not recognize that as a parking area, or GSX does not recognize that as parking. So right now we're all set, we're good. After this landing, I'm gonna go ahead and complete my flight. Oh no, we're not canceling the flight, we're submitting it. There we go. We still have another flight from Fort Lauderdale to Boston. It's a JetBlue flight. I was gonna do it last night, but while in the process of doing it, I started to fall asleep. I was like, nope, I'm gonna go ahead and take a rest, take a nap, because I was way too tired for that. Here we go. So we do have the passengers deboarding. This dude was still calling me in for some reason. And we parked perfectly. So we got the tower here. We got customs where they just walk into customs here. This is pretty much our um, area for you to walk in. Well, this is our VIP. This is going to be our gates, so you can walk in, board the aircraft. But still a lot of things missing from this scenery here. Right, you guys. So I'm gonna go ahead and reset. I've got to hop into flights in 2024 for this, and then we will be doing a flight from Fort Lauderdale to Boston in the A321. So tune in for that in a little while again. Guys, thank you so much for joining me on the flight. It was just a short landing. I didn't do the full flight. However, I just did a short takeoff. Well, I did a takeoff from Barbados, and then I did the stream from top of descent down to landing. So again, guys, thank you so much for joining, and you guys have a great day.